Hello, I would like to show you what a false front is. We have an option like this, and it's called a false front. And if we put it simply, it's essentially a trim for a cabinet. When we have a cabinet, so we insert it into a niche and also into the gap between the cabinet and the wall so that it is covered by the trim. Basically, now we will try to do this, and we'll make this video to the end to understand how to use a false front. So right now we enter the arrow and the arrow like this. Then we enter the cabinet. That's how we call the cabinet. So the cabinet, it fits very snugly against the wall. And this is for us. Why? Because it's very difficult to do during installation itself. Here it is. The width is only 2 meters, 2,000 millimeters, and the cabinet is also 2,000. So we take the width of the cabinet, green, minus 2,000 minus 30, well, 1970. And then we divide it evenly, place the cabinet there, and add here 15, and more, okay? Now we already have it standing evenly. The height is below 2,500. And we adjust it so that 2,500 minus with no loss 30 steps up to approximately 30. Okay, in total around, and as you can see, we'll place it like this. Now let's check the depth, adjust the depth. 600. Like this, and move it forward by 26 millimeters because the depth is below. 626, and place it like this with a space and 26 millimeters, and it already aligns evenly with the wall like this in principle. Everything is okay here, everything is fine. Now the whole cabinet like this. We won't specify the dimensions right now and so on. We'll do it assigned like this, and that's it. For the height, I subtract 80 millimeters. This is for the plinth. Look, it will decrease by approximately 80, but then we go to L and install the plinth. Install the legs. Yes. And see what we got. So we install the front plinth and legs like this. Good. Well, now we need to assign to and install the doors. But for now, let's install the doors. Yes, let's install the filling. The filling, that's H. We go to speech. And then we go to the false, and we get this picture to get the lower false like this, yes, and say, okay, you see, it appears like this. It is necessary to activate here. But now we will set the dimensions in principle, yes, since we have. This is the bottom. This upper part of the bottom is 200 millimeters. And self, Misha is with us. 2,500. The 2,500. These 2,500 plus. So, took the multi-compiler. Like this. The wind searches for the pitch. Levels. So, what was surprising that makes 2690, so we'll set the height here to 2690. Yes? Okay. Then we have the width of the false panel. Let's make the width 90. Yes. Here you go. Like this. And this is the position on the x-axis. Look at the position on the x-axis. Yes, if we take 90 false panel, well, let's make it green here. Okay, you see here it is. You just place like this. It's at the top, it moved like this. And now we need to shift it to the left. Yes, here. So, to understand everything well, let's bring it closer now. You see, this is the side panel of the cabinet, right? And the front panel sits right on the edge of the side panel. But if we shift it to the left side, we need to leave a 2 millimeter gap. This is 18 for us. The side panel of the cabinet, 18 minus 2 millimeters, what does that give us? 16, right? And 90 minus 16. What do we have? The panel itself is 90, right? 90 minus 16 millimeters is 74. And if we are here, we place it, we write along the x-axis minus 74 to minus 74, and along the y-axis it means 80 distributed, 80, yes, here. We also write minus 80, okay. There. We set it, Zelad's is L. Zelad's 80. Here you go. It needed to be 80 millimeters, yes. The top needed to be also immediately. Now everything is fine. Everything is okay and everything is going well. 5. We select the false panel. We go here. And the second side is this one. And we activate it and write these numbers that we wrote on the left false panel. So 2690, the height. Then the width of the false panel is 90. So minus, so approximately 74, like this. Minus 74 and around minus 80. And now we write it again, and okay, you see there, and it also all becomes like this. We have a binge, look, right here. There is a minimum binge. It is enough when we install the door there. Now we will install the upper false panel. We will install the upper false panel. We desire the false panel. And we have here subtitles made by Dimitrorzak. Activate. The top like this. And what do we have? This one, measure its length. And how much do we get from here to there? It turns out to be 220 millimeters. 220 millimeters minus 2 millimeters. So how much is that? Let's calculate it on the calculator to avoid mistakes. 220 minus 2, that gives us 218. Yes, there you go. Now we go back again. False panel. So, okay, like this. And the height of the false panel is 218, so 280 millimeters. Okay, like this. Now let's see what the width of the false panel is. Again, we divide the measurement from here to there. We have 1938. Okay. Good, yeah. In principle, all of this can be measured in advance so as not to waste time, and then recorded. in 1930s. Like this. And it needs to be expanded. Right, measure how much by 14 meters, yes, like this. You see, everything is done very simply here, and you can use all these tools and do it. Everything is precise. There. So, along the x-axis, it's 14 millimeters. And let's see how much we need along the y-axis. We have 190. 190 minus, let's see, we also pressed on the calculator, and then, so 190 we will calculate together. Well, how much false width do we have? Which is 18. Достаточно. Toegatan. Minus 7. It turns out to be 202 along the y-axis. By chance we think and do not make mistakes. There. Why it didn't go up? Minus 22, I apologize. Minus 20. I should have written minus here. And now, well, let's see now. Yes, we have such a gap. We didn't make a mistake now, yes. There. We need this size. Then this size between the faces goes into the heel. And we have foil, right, as you can clearly see. Add to the false otherwise, as you know, sometimes. In various situations, indeed, mathematics makes mistakes, you know. It's nothing. That's why visually, it allows us to correct all this. Well, it's 8 meters 20. It turns out that's how it is. Yes. Now everything is in its place. Yes, like this, everything is okay. Well, basically, this gap between the cabinet and the price. So we closed the extra windows that were open and causing a draft. So now I'm calling the doors, placing them here. I'll place the second one here too. And now we will fix the doors. We set the doors, how we do it, we'll see everything. So, we release like this, okay? Then, we go into the data and make 2 pieces of doors, and look, we have a facade modification here. The facade has moved, like this. Yes, here. We definitely need to once here. Left overlay. Look, it has completely moved here. If we took, for example, a left offset on the overlay, it still goes there. We definitely need to take the overlay, and it settles in its place. And the right offset too, yes, here, half overlay. So we also lower these doors. Down. Yes, like this, okay? We go further and take a look at the facade. And here we also make an offset. On the right, to the overlay. See how it is. And the offset all on the left, evenly as needed. All okay. Everything is very good and precise. It fits on such a cabinet. Well, you saw that I put the top. This stuffing settled. Went up to the ceiling. Yes, well, but this is up to you to decide how you will do all this and what sizes of stuffing you will make. If we remove the facade again now, see, you can also adjust the hinges. The stuffing fits very well here. Very precise and good. Basically, I'm finishing this video and saying goodbye to you. I think everything is clear and understandable to you. And there's nothing complicated here. It's very simple. I say goodbye to you. Goodbye.